Welcome back to My Utmost for His Highest for May 5th. Judgment and the love of God. Let's look at 1 Peter 4:17. 1 Peter 4:17 says, "For it is time for judgment to begin with the family of God. And if it begins with us, what will the outcome be for those who do not obey the gospel of God?" Judgment and the love of God. The Christian servant must never forget that salvation is God's idea, not man's. Therefore, it has an unfathomable depth. Salvation is the great thought of God, not an experience. Experience is simply the door through which salvation comes into the conscience level of our life so that we are aware of what has taken place on a much deeper level. Never preach the experience. Preach the great thought of God behind the experience. When we preach, we are not simply proclaiming how people can be saved from hell and be made moral and pure. We are conveying good news about God. In the teachings of Jesus Christ, the element of judgment is always brought out. It is the sign of the love of God. Never sympathize with someone who finds it difficult to get to God. God is not to blame. It is not for us to figure out the reason for the difficulty, but only to present the truth of God so that the Spirit of God will reveal what is wrong. The greatest test of the quality of our preaching is whether or not it brings everyone to judgment. When the truth is preached, the Spirit of God brings each person face to face with God Himself. If Jesus ever commanded us to do something that He was unable to equip us to accomplish, He would be a liar. And if we make our own inability a stumbling block or an excuse not to be obedient, it means that we are telling God that there is something which He has not yet taken into account. Every element of our own self-reliance must be put to death by the power of God. The moment we recognize our complete weakness and our dependence upon Him will be the very moment that the Spirit of God will exhibit His power. Yes, I love that line, that it is not our idea about salvation, it's God's. He had the plan. We messed up by sinning, and so He sent His one and only Son, like John 3:16 says, to come into the world, and that whoever believes in Him will live. And so we have to go around and be telling that good news to everybody. So let's remember that today, that we don't need to be doing our own thing on this earth. The whole reason that we're here is to tell other people about the love of God. So I hope that encourages you today, my friend, to really be out there and telling other people, because that's why we're here. So I hope you do that today, and I hope you remember too, my friends, that you matter. You matter to God, you matter to me, you matter to your friends and family, and God has a very specific and exciting plan for your life. Who knows who you're going to run into today that you can tell about the love of God, and that they can accept Him and not be judged at the end because they will have been forgiven by God's love. That's exciting. That's a great plan. Live that out today, and I'll see you back here tomorrow. You can order your own copy of the My Utmost for His Highest devotional book by going to utmost.org. And I would love to answer any questions you may have about faith in Jesus. Just email me through my website, nancyjoytoyou.com. And I hope you go out and shine for Him today. See you tomorrow.